Hey, good morning. What's poppin'? This your boy Jay the Comedian. How y'all doing today? How am I doing? Oh, I feel terrific. It's another beautiful day in Chicago, and today I would like to do something I haven't done in a while, which is story time. I was going to tell this story yesterday in a little video I was doing with some other people, but I actually didn't get a chance to do it. And it reminded me of the story and how funny it was. So I'm just like, you know what? I got to do a video about it. So today, it's a funny one though, right? So let me just start at the beginning. So I left the Jehovah Witness organization and I decided to come back and give it one more chance. Yes, I know. I was very, very dumb and indoctrinated. I guess I was a po-me at the time, physically out, mentally in. But anyway, right? So my sister decided she wanted to help me, and I was living with my sister at the time, my big sister, and I was going to her Kingdom Hall. Now, while at her Kingdom Hall, there was a brother there, and this brother was spiritually strong. Now, the relevancy of him being spiritually strong, I'll tell you later, but for right now, just know that at this Kingdom Hall, right, since I was just coming back, that meant I was spiritually weak, and they really liked me. They liked my personality. They liked me at events and gatherings and stuff like that. And they would always say to me, Jay, if you would just take this seriously, you could really be a good asset to Jehovah. But the problem was that I loved everything Jehovah hated, and I hated everything Jehovah loved. I mean, it was just never meant to be. But I wanted to give it an honest effort, right? I wanted to really try and be a good Jehovah Witness. So I was going to her Kingdom Hall, right? Trying to do everything, going out of field service and everything. Now, as far as the field service thing, right? At this Kingdom Hall in particular, I don't know if all Kingdom Halls do this, but they like to match up the spiritually strong brothers with the spiritually weak brothers, which would have been me. And the spiritually weak sisters with the spiritually strong sisters with the spiritually weak sisters, and so on and so forth. You know how this goes. Now, the elders didn't like me, not all of them, right? So they kept putting me with the spiritually strong brother who was a ministerial servant, and I mean, he was always out of field service. He was always preparing for meetings and comment. He was a very spiritually strong dude, but he had the worst breath in the world. And they kept hooking me up with this dude to go out of field service. And I mean, his breath stank. His breath visually stank. You know what I mean? Like, you look at him in the middle of the summer, and I swear you can see like smoke coming out his mouth like it's wintertime. You know what I mean? He would, even in the wintertime, you'd think he smoked or something like that because of just the puff of the thickness of the smoke that would come out of his mouth, because the heat that his mouth could produce was unimaginable. And I mean, his breath smelled bad. If I had to describe it, it would be as if old broccoli water and booty hole got together and had a baby. That was his breath. That's how bad his breath smelled. Like, it was like that. And they always wanted to match me up with him. I would always get this spiritually strong brother with this demonically strong breath to go out of field service with every single week. And I didn't enjoy this. But the one thing that I did kind of like about it was that, yes, he was spiritually strong, which meant he didn't spend all his time out working and making money. So his car was always broke down, which meant we used to take my car. So when my car, my rules. I don't care what time of year it was. When we was going out of field service, I had all the windows down. He'd be up there sometimes, brother, it's -3 outside. Can we at least put the sunroof up? Nope, we sure can't. We're gonna have that down because it's a balmy 95 degrees up in here with your breath. I didn't say that, of course, but I wanted to. And so we'd be in the car, right? And sometimes he'd get upset because he was wondering, like, man, why can't I ever get no return visits? And I was like, I wanted to tell him so bad, brother, because you need to do a return visit to your toothbrush and toothpaste. Like, I don't know what you did to get this fellowship from your mouthwash, but you need to turn in your letter and go back to it. Turn that letter in, brother, and return to your mouthwash, because this is not right. This is not of the Lord. Your breath didn't originate with the Lord. It originated with Satan. And nobody wants to hear the word of God while smelling the ass of Satan. That's why you can't get no return visits. Don't nobody want that mouth returning to their house. They damn sure don't want to have a Bible study with it. He couldn't get it, man. And nobody had the heart to tell him. Nobody. And and everybody knew about it. We used to call him BFB. Everybody called him BFB. Only person that didn't know about it was him. But he caught me one day, though. I didn't know he was standing next to me. Like, he was right behind me. So I'm like, Jay, who you going out service with? I'm like, they put me with old BFB again. He said, BFB? I turned around like, oh, hell no. Oh, no. And he was like, what do you mean BFB? What's a BFB? So I was on the spot. I was like, it means brother, friendly brother. Which makes absolutely no sense. But like I said, I was on the spot. I had to say something. I couldn't just say nothing. But it really meant brother funky breath. That's what it was. That's what it meant. That's what we were saying when we said BFB. Brother funky breath. And everybody called him that, and everybody knew what it meant. Except him. Boy, he was so upset, man. But it was nothing we could do about it. It was nothing he could do about it. I mean, his breath was so bad, even his teeth was like, you know what? I can't chew under these conditions. Like, he had very few teeth in his mouth. Most of his teeth, they said, look, I'm just going to take my leave, and I'm going to let you do you, brother, but I can't chew food under these horrible conditions you put us under. I had so much respect, and I was so proud of the rest of his teeth that was deciding to hang in there and stay strong. Teeth in his mouth like, yo, we got a job to do. We got to stay strong under these harsh conditions. Boy, his breath was that bad. Like, it was horrible. I'd never forget. We was in the car with him one time, right? And we had the circuit overseer. Circuit overseer was with us. It was his car, so he had the windows up. I'm like, oh, the circuit overseer ain't going to be ready for this. He ain't going to see it coming at all. And, and I just noticed that the circuit overseer and him was talking about, how much they love Jehovah and how great Jehovah's been to them. You know how the Jehovah rhetoric is. And the circuit overseer kept looking down at his feet. Like, looking at his feet. And he told me, like, Jay, check your shoes, brother. I think we might have stepped in something. I was like, no, he didn't. I knew what he was smelling, and it wasn't what he thought it was. And just think about how bad somebody's breath has to be to make another human check the shoe to see if they stepped in some dog dookie. How bad is your breath, brother? It was that bad, and nobody had the heart to tell him about it. I definitely did. But update to the story, the brother did eventually get all his teeth removed, and I want to put the peace signs up for the teeth that stuck in there until the end, because you fought a valiant fight, and your bravery needs to be recognized in these day and times. But man, I'm telling you, he eventually did. He got his teeth removed. He got some dentures put in that thing. And I think they hooked him up. They fixed his breath finally. But boy, I don't want to see the dentist that endured that fight. I hope he got the Medal of Freedom or at least the Medal of Honor for going in that mouth, because I'm telling you, that breath was bad business. Man, and it was like nobody would tell him about it. They knew about it, but we just didn't have the heart to tell him, like, bro, how do you not smell that? I think about it from time to time. Like, I imagine how he would go around today with that breath that he had. Like, it'd be impossible to socially distance. Well, it'd probably be pretty easy to socially distance with him. Because, I mean, like, nobody wants to be close to that dude at all. I remember he'll be up there giving talks, and there'll be nobody sitting in the front row. People be like, nah, I know they ain't gonna really sit up there and just make the front row empty. It's too obvious. Everybody gonna know. Nobody had the heart to tell him, man. It was so bad. You gotta understand. Like, he was married, and I never seen his wife kiss him. I never saw it. It just never happened. But he was spiritually strong, though. He was a ministerial servant, and he was doing everything that God wanted him to do. But God was not with him in breath. That was Satan the devil that was there for that. Anyway, it's your boy, Jay the Comedian. I hope y'all having a great day like I am. Subscribe if you haven't. Like the video. Share the video if you enjoyed it. Holla at your guala. Deuces.